December 21st, Sunday morning. Wake up suddenly again. As soon as I open my eyes, I can hear my mom's voice echoing in my head. Last night on the phone, she said, "Scarlet Star." Oh, I never heard your father say that. Still half asleep, I get out of bed and wash my face and throw on some clothes. Decide to take a stroll to the small park. I know 2 blocks from here. Chill air that breezes past me as I sit on the cold bench is kind of refreshing. It definitely helps to wake me up a little more. Item: locate the small Scarlet Star, which disappeared at Hotel Cape West 25 years ago. No matter how hard I try, I just can't get that mysterious order sheet out of my head. I think it's about time I checked out the 4th floor. Mr. Hyde, hold it right there. Huh? Betty? Are you ignoring me, Mr. Hyde? I was walking behind you for ages. Tried calling out to you several times, but you wouldn't even turn around. Sorry, mine was elsewhere. Looks like you're not as alert as you used to be, Kyle. Maybe there was some truth in what Rex said after all. So, have you found a new place to live yet? Haven't even started looking. You've taken it very easy for someone who will be out on the street shortly. How about you? When do you plan on moving out? I'm all set to go on Friday. I'll be here for Christmas, though. After all, I wouldn't want to miss Santa now, would I? If I moved away before that, how would he know where to deliver all my presents? You kidding me? Tony's such a nice guy. He said he'd be my Santa this year. You what? I know, isn't it great? He even said he'd get me the Bella Regina handbag I've been dreaming about. Bella Regina? Is that a person or something? Come on, Mr. Hyde, everyone knows Bella Regina. It's a brand that's taken the world by storm. Clothes, handbags, that brand has everything a girl could want. Prices are a bit high, but it's all so gorgeous. You seriously think Tony's gonna come through and get this for you? Sure, keep saying how he's gonna be getting some serious cash any day now. Serious cash? Him? After seeing a movie last night, he asked me what I wanted for Christmas. I thought it would be rude not to accept his offer to get me something. Hope you know what you're getting yourself into, Betty. He set his sights on you. You shouldn't lead him on if you don't care about him. You don't have to worry about me, Mr. Hyde. Tony knows all too well that he's not my type. Ah, did you hear the news? About the jewelry robbery that happened nearby. Yeah, I heard. It happened at a jeweler's, very near where I work. I couldn't believe it when I heard. It reminds me. Wonder who that woman in the hat was. Maybe she was paying a visit to one of the tenants here. Hey, Betty, did you see a woman wearing a hat hanging around here on Thursday night? She might have been visiting somewhere living here. Woman wearing a hat. Can't say I did. Sorry. Never mind then. Okay, see you later, Mr. Hyde. Betty says goodbye and makes her way up the stairs. And I gotta go up the stairs too, but first... 4th floor it is. Gotta go check that shit out. Huh. Greetings, Mr. Hyde. Good morning, Mrs. Patrice. Have you been out? Yeah, just went for a short stroll. Really? Is that so? Glad I caught you. I want to thank you again for settling the rent. It may not have been as prompt as desired, but at least I got the money in full. If only some of the others could follow your example and do the same. Mrs. Rivet in 206, for example. She called to ask if I would wait a little longer. Mr. Wolf, well, he's performing his usual disappearing act. I mean, this is the busiest I've ever been since coming here. And having unreliable tenants is a burden I'd rather not have to bear. Yeah, I imagine it's a pain. It certainly is, Mr. Hyde. Oh, by the way, there's something I have to mention. What is it? Before we vacate the building, we'll be cutting the power to rooms that aren't in use. 4th floor is scheduled first, and we'll have no power as of the 25th. The power to the hallway will be off too, and I'd like you to refrain from going there. Miss Patrice, can I ask you something? It depends. What's it about? Would it be possible to see the rooms up there before the power is cut off? And why would you want to do that, Mr. Hyde? Do you have a valid reason? Not really, just wanted to satisfy my curiosity. There really is nothing of interest up there, It was never renovated like the other floors, so it's just as it used to be. I imagine that, by now, the rooms are literally covered in dust as well. Surely, there's no reason why I need to go and see those rooms. Actually, I've been wanting to take a look around up there since moving in. When I heard we'd all be moving out, I just thought this would be my last chance. I know it must sound strange, but I'd really like to take a look around. Would you make an exception? Just this once? I'm sorry, Mr. Hyde. That area's off limits for a reason. It's in a state of disrepair, and if an accident were to befall you, I'd be responsible. Don't cause any unnecessary trouble for me. I have enough to deal with as it is. Yes, of course you do. In fact, I'd be grateful if you could avoid mentioning this again. The 4th floor is strictly off-limits to tenants. It's one of the reasons the fire door was installed. Actually, I'd been told rather specifically to leave that floor untouched. The new owners are quite clear about their wishes. Personally, I find it ridiculous. Why would you want to see those rooms at all? Okay, point taken. Just keeping them off limits takes more effort than you may think. It would have been far more practical to have converted them along with the rest. Alright, who bought this shit? What kind of person is the new owner? Without divulging any particulars, let me tell you this. They weren't only interested in a building, but in the land as well. Can you tell me who bought it? For obvious reasons, I can't reveal the person's name. Why are you so keen to know about them, Mr. Hyde? I've been thinking about the whole thing. Why is it so important to you? New owner asked you to leave the 4th floor as it is, but if they're only going to tear the place down anyway, well, something doesn't feel right about that, so I was curious. I see. So it may be strange, but it's entirely up to them what they do with their property. Why was the 4th floor not converted? I simply couldn't afford it. After my husband passed away, I was left to fend for myself. I had to use all the money that had been left to me to buy this place. There simply wasn't enough to convert each and every room. The truth be known, times were very tough here at the beginning. I apologize for taking up so much of your time with our chat, Mr. Hyde. I'll be on my way now. Mags returns to her room. So the 4th floor is just as it was 13 years ago. Mr. Hyde? Huh? Ah, it's you. Can I ask you something? You better not be wasting my time. You want to see what's up on the 4th floor, right? I can show you. But you've got to promise me you won't breathe a word of it to Mrs. Patrice. I ain't no snitch. Were you eavesdropping just now? I wasn't eavesdropping. I just happened to overhear your conversation. Anyway, if you really want to take a look around up on the 4th floor, I can open the fire door for you and let you in. On one condition, though. What's the catch? I want to hear about that guy. Could you be a little more specific? Rex Foster. I want you to tell me about him. And I thought I was the curious type. I'm not an information service, you know. Why do you want to know about him? Why? Because I'm curious, that's all. He's been snooping around here for 2 or 3 days now. He even asked me for some information about a 2nd floor resident. Dylan, I thought I warned you to steer clear of him. He's bad news. But, Mr. Hyde, if he's such bad news, why'd you speak with him in the lobby last night? How did he... See, we're listening in then too, were you? No, I was just in the right place at the right time. I was coming down the stairs and heard voices in the lobby. So you managed to discover that he's an insurance investigator then. What if I did? And you also figured out that he's been targeting a woman living here. Maybe. You don't have to cover it up. I know what's going on. It's Mary from 206. That's who he's after. I'm right, aren't I? You can tell me. Dylan, look. Suppose you overheard that too? Yeah, kind of. You think this is some kind of game? I thought so. Looks like I was right on the money this time. Stop jumping to conclusions. Take it easy. There's no need to get worked up or anything. I'm getting a little tired of your bull, Dylan. Speaking to you is just a waste of my time and energy. It's a little strong, Mr. Hyde. I'm out of here. It's a little rude to the guy who's willing to help you look at the 4th floor. Hang on, what's up with Dylan just now? So that guy's been after Mary from room 206. I'm right, aren't I? You can tell me. Why is Dylan so interested in Mary? Either he's out for the insurance money as well, or he just wants in that pants. What can I do for you? Why are you so interested in her? Why are you so interested in Mary anyway? Well, wanted to make sure. You know, checking my assumptions were correct. And what exactly are your assumptions? For one, that Mary isn't the person everyone thinks she is. There's something you should know, Mr. Hyde. I knew Mary before she moved in here. That's why I'm curious about her activities. Okay, go on. How did you know her before moving in here? It's like this. When her husband was still alive, I did some repair work on the water pipes in the house they used to live in. Seems she doesn't remember me at all, though. My suspicions were raised even way back then. I had a strange feeling about her. What do you mean? You see, she and her husband had a really bad relationship. When I was fixing the pipes, they were quarreling almost all the time. Then 6 months later, her husband winds up dead. That's about the time the insurance company began looking into her. I'm most afraid to say it, but I think that Mary may have had her husband murdered to claim the insurance money. So that's what you've been thinking about. Yeah. You seem to be the kind of guy who likes to unravel mysteries. Do I? That explains why you were excited when you discovered I was a detective. Then, when you got wind of Mary's husband dying, you jumped to the conclusion that she must have murdered him in order to claim the insurance money. It's true. I love this kind of thing. You have to admit it's fun to uncover a secret about somebody. If you come with me, Mr. Hyde, I'll let you take a look around the 4th floor. If you're serious about wanting to check out those rooms, meet me up there at 4 this afternoon. Okay? I've got things to do. I'm not saying it's impossible that Mary, probably doing it for the insurance money. But, also you shouldn't immediately assume that. You should try and find hard as fuck evidence, and then use that to come up with your conclusion proper. That guy has some serious problems, but I don't want to miss this chance. Gotta get myself up to the 4th floor by 4. It's my pager. Better get back to my room. Off to 202 it is. Oh, I like how in the top left corner there's actually a pager icon reminding you, go to your fucking room. Go answer the phone. I like that. That's a good addition. Alright. Who's calling? Is it gonna be Rachel or Ed? Probably Rachel. Let's be real. Time to call Rachel. Light on my answer phone is lit. Hear a man's voice on the tape. I don't recognize him. If you wish to accept my order, then respond in kind. Who was this guy? Put a penny in the envelope, and leave it in the mailbox for room 404. When I receive a response, I will send further information about the item and the client. So now I'm supposed to reply to that order sheet. Who sent the damn thing anyway? Really gotta figure that out. There goes my pager again. I got the message, Rachel. I'll give you a call. Red Crown, how may I help you? Rachel, it's me. Something up? I got some additional info on Rex Foster that I thought you'd like to hear. I also uncovered something about Hotel Cape West. Good work. What's the dirt on Rex? I made some calls and it seems his reputation precedes him. He's definitely freelance, plus I've found out he's contracted on a commission basis. Commission basis? Yes. Seems he makes all his money doing this kind of work. The rumors about him getting brought in to investigate insurance claims and the insurers ending up not having to issue payout to the policyholders are also true. Guess the insurance companies must love the guy then. I don't even give a shit if Mary killed her husband or not. I just want to do it. I just want to make sure she gets the money just to fuck with insurance companies. Fuck that. From their point of view, he represents a very valuable commodity. Paying him for a service costs them far less than settling the policy payouts. Makes sense. Hey, Kyle. Is Rex after someone in the building? Seems to be. Do you know anything about them? It's a woman on the same floor as me, going by the name Mary Rivet. Mary? So it's a woman he's after. Yeah, 30-something widow who moved here about half a year ago. So, are you close to her? Not really. Hardly ever spoken to her until now. I did have a chat with her about Rex Foster, though. Him hanging around all the time has really put her on edge. Seems strange you're having these kind of discussions with people you hardly know. Trust me, I never planned on getting involved. It just kind of happened. Guess you know what you're doing. Can't say I trust her, though. Right, okay, tell me what you dug up about Hotel Cape West. Hotel Cape West was constructed in 1950 and eventually closed down 13 years ago, 1967. The owner of the hotel at the time was a guy named Michael McGrath. Then, on the final day before the hotel closed down, a party was held by the owner. It was during this party that something terrible happened. Somebody was murdered. What do you know about the murder? The victim was Kathy McGrath, the owner's wife. Her body was discovered in a room on the 4th floor. It seems the cause of death was put down to cyanide poisoning. The person who discovered the body was a man named Peter Rivet, a hotel employee. Peter Rivet? That's the same surname as Mary. Perhaps the most interesting part of all this is that the case was never solved. And the murderer never caught. That's all I have on it for now. Did you find any dirt on anything that happened 25 years ago? 25 years ago? Yeah, mysterious order sheet I received. Item, locate the Scarlet Star, which disappeared at Hotel Cape West 25 years ago. No, I didn't find anything on that, but I'll start searching. I'll let you know as soon as something pops up. I'll be waiting. So the murder 13 years ago took place on the 4th floor of this building, and the person who discovered the body was an employee of the hotel. Sounds too convenient, but could it have been Mary's late husband? Something Dylan said has got me thinking too. Maybe Mary's hiding something. If she is, I need to know exactly what it is. Okay, so there's places I need to do and things I need to do as well. Where is order sheet? Compare? What? Alright, where is it? Penny, combine with the order sheet. Confirm. Still can't decide if I want to accept this order or not. There's sense in rushing into things. I think I'll give it some more thought. Well, I guess I haven't decided. Well, Hyde hasn't decided quite yet. I'm gonna go talk to Mary. See what's up. No one down the hall. No one to talk to. Sad. Hey, Mary! What's up? What is it, Mr. Hyde? I think I know something about the bugging device we discussed. Probably a good idea if we talked about it. Of course, please come in. Mary? Found out that the device you spotted is part of Rex's handiwork. Just as I suspected. To make matters worse, this wasn't the only one he'd planted. There's another device in Lucky Cafe, near the seat you usually sit at. Oh my. Why would he do something like that? What possible reason could he have? Mary, I need you to be absolutely honest with me. If you can't think of a reason why he'd be after you, you have to let me know. If you can. Just what are you implying, Mr. Hyde? That I'm some sort of liar? I just need to be sure. Do you have any idea? Can you think of why he'd target you like this? I don't know why you insist on asking me the same thing over and over. I have no idea. I'm asking because I want you to tell me the truth. Mr. Hyde, someone told me that you and your late husband weren't on the best of terms. Who? I think you're hiding something, Mary. I think it's time you came clean. I had an interesting chat with Rex last night. You were talking with him? Yeah. I tried to get him to stop pestering you and leave. Did you succeed? Not quite, but he told me some really interesting bits of information. Actually, he warned me about getting tied up in your business. What on earth did he mean by that? He seems to be convinced that you're perpetrating some kind of insurance fraud. fraud? So tell me, did you know that he works as an insurance claims investigator? Mr. Hyde, And if you did know, why the hell didn't you mention it earlier? It would have saved a lot of time and trouble. Mary, is there any truth in what Rex told me? Well, is there? Mary. Look me in the fucking eyes. Damn it, look me in the eyes when I'm speaking to you. Mr. Hyde, please, tell me what that awful man said to you. Let me be clear, I don't trust the guy, and sure as hell don't believe his story entirely. But I need to get a better idea of the facts from your perspective. I need to know more about when your husband and brother died. Mr. Hyde, please. I'm not trying to commit fraud. Rex told me all about you, Mary. He told me how 13 years ago after your brother died in the accident, you became the sole beneficiary of the insurance policy payout. Seems the insurance company started getting suspicious from that point. That's a total lie. Mary. Fuck, what is it? I don't think you're telling me the truth. Fuck. If you tell me the whole story, maybe I will. I'll ask you again. Alright. Luckily, on this stage of the interrogation, that a mistake doesn't actually matter. Then I can press again. Is Rex making this all up? Is Rex making this all up? Of course he is. Do you mean to say that you'd take his version of events over mine, Mr. Hyde? He's employed by those companies purely to discredit claims and avoid payments. I can just imagine all the horrible things he's saying about me. I'm not like that. I thought he dragged through all this 13 years ago. Alright. Are you trying to commit insurance fraud? Why would I even consider doing that? Is that the kind of person you think I am? Mary. Well, no, but if you don't start giving me absolute facts, what choice will I be left with? Naturally, I want you to believe me, Mr. Hyde, and I like to tell you everything, but part of it is very difficult for me. This already happened 13 years ago. 13 years ago, my brother, Mike Porter, died in a car accident. The brakes in his car failed and he plunged off the cliff. After he died, I was truly alone. He was the closest person I had to a parent. The only other person who took care of me like he did was Peter. On the morning of Mike's funeral, Peter gave me an envelope he got from Mike. Inside, I found details of an insurance premium Mike had taken out prior to his death. I was the sole beneficiary of this, but it was a small comfort for losing my brother. Peter told me that Mike wanted nothing more than for me to be happy and secure, and had made provisions that would enable me to live alone without having to worry. The ring you kindly found for me was a present from my beloved Mike. I see. The company that held Mike's policy began to pay out the premium, but before long they stopped making the payments. Despite the police investigation concluding that his death was accidental, the insurance company believed otherwise and began their own investigation. Mr. Hyde, can you imagine the hardships I had to endure to claim Mike's money? To claim what was rightfully mine? Did they send someone to keep tabs on you then, too? Yes, they did. But no matter how hard they tried, they couldn't find any proof that the car crash was anything other than an accident. Eventually, I received the entire payment. Of course, there were still plenty of people who doubted me, but I just had to endure it. During this trying time, it was only Mike's friend, Peter, who stood by me. And after the insurance had been paid out in full, Peter and I got married. So that's how it happened. I want nothing more than to forget that terrible time. But even when I feel I finally put it all behind me, this happens. I can assure you, Mr. Hyde, fraud is something I would never, ever consider. You have to believe me. Don't listen to that rat Rex Foster. Mary. You have to make me believe. It just doesn't add up. How could two people close to you die in near identical ways? Moreover, they both left you substantial sums of money. But that's how it happened. They were both victims of similar accidents. They both cared for me enough to take out insurance policies that would ensure my security. They loved me, didn't want me to suffer, even after they had gone. Just like my brother, Peter also took out his policy without telling me. I honestly had no idea that I would receive a further payout after Peter died. Yeah, car accidents aren't uncommon, they're really fucking common. So, like, what the fuck? What could be so difficult for you? If I tell you, will you hear me out? Wouldn't ask if I had no intention of listening. If there's something you've been holding back, now's the right time to let me know. There is something. As I suspected, time to talk. Yes, you're right. Half a year ago, after Peter had lost his life and the police called me, naturally I cried and cried. But deep down, part of me felt like I'd been released. The only rational explanation was that I was feeling pleased to be apart from Peter. Well, damn. I guess you two were fighting all the time. So, there is that. But it does still suck. How did you find out about Peter's policy? It was after Peter died and I moved in here. I was going through his stuff and came across the policy information documents. When I read the details, it all became clear and I froze. Peter had done exactly what Mike had done before him and taken out a policy in secret. Mr. Hyde, after Mike died 13 years ago, I was left to fend for myself. That is, until Peter started looking after me. We wed after the insurance money from Mike's policy was paid out, but I was still unsettled. Did he really love me, or did he have another motive for marrying me? After all, I had just been awarded a very substantial amount of money. It was on my mind all the time, from the moment we moved in together until he died. After we got married, Peter began to use Mike's money to fund a business venture. At first, it went well, but as time went on, things took a turn for the worst. We started arguing about money a lot of the time. Each time we had an argument, I felt myself drifting away from him one step at a time. If I'd known from the start that he had his eye on the money Mike left me, I would have distanced myself from him more. It would have been an easy decision. I would have realized that this was not the kind of person I needed in my life. Most ironic part of this whole story is, before I could discuss this with Peter, he was gone. The brakes failed while he was driving and his car plunged off a cliff. It was virtually identical to what befell my brother, Mike. They had one thing in common. They both decided to take out secret insurance policies, and they both named me as the person who received the money in the event of their deaths. That's why I'm being investigated for fraud. I've told them time and time again. I've done absolutely nothing wrong. So you say. I've still got one more thing I want to ask you, Mary. It's about the incident that happened in the hotel 13 years ago. Why'd you pretend you didn't know about it when we spoke yesterday, especially seeing as your own husband, Peter Rivet, was the one who discovered the body of the murdered individual? Mr. Hyde. It's true. He was the person to discover the body on the 4th floor. But he wasn't alone. Mike was there with him. They discovered the body together. I'm sorry I lied to you about this yesterday, Mr. Hyde. I just wasn't ready to talk about this subject. So what happened? After discovering the body, Mike wasn't the same. He began to act strangely. Next thing I knew, he had died in a car accident. I strongly believe that, had he never made that discovery, he'd still be alive today. Is it possible they were both murdered because they, found shit? And, a bunch of dudes were like, we need to fucking deal with that guy. Maybe that's possible. Mr. Hyde, now you know pretty much all there is to know about my past. Please don't make me go through it all again. Mary, don't worry about me, I'll be fine. I'm tougher than I look. Why do I have the feeling I've heard that somewhere before? Right. So after Dad died and we moved to New York, my mom said exactly the same thing to me. Try not to spend too much time thinking about it. Remember, we've only got a few more days in the building. If you find you need to get anything off your chest, give me a call. You listen to what I have to say? Yeah, sure. You need to talk to someone. Mr. Hyde. Mary, I know this is tough. But can I ask you one more thing? Did either Peter or Mike ever have a conversation with you that mentioned Scarlet Star? Scarlet Star? Well, it mentioned the word star, I think. I see. If I recall correctly, it was while they were working. I distinctly remember that word being mentioned. My brother and husband used the word, along with others working in the hotel. Do you remember what kind of meaning it had? It was a sort of secret code linked to the closing down party. What kind of party was it? Sorry, but that's something I can't help you with. It was an orgy. That's all I can remember. Okay, no problem. Anyway, I've got to go. Of course. Mary's husband and brother both seem to be connected to the incident 13 years ago. Also, the word star that was used by hotel staff then has some significance. Maybe that mysterious order sheet comes from someone connected to the hotel too. Can't figure out who sent it yet, but I can send back a response. If I reach into the envelope and take out the piece of paper inside. I now have an empty envelope. I fold the order sheet and slide it into my pocket. Now it's time to combine. There we go. Send my answer. Put the coin inside of the envelope. Now I have an envelope with a coin in it. I need to put it in the 404. Rooms not found. Alright, where is it? There it is. Wait, no. Yeah? No. Yeah? Which one of these is fucking 404? I need to play into a 404. I think it's this one. Yeah, because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, it's this one. It's a little hard to read, not gonna lie. Use. Slots on the mailbox have been sealed shut with tape. Need to put the response in this mailbox. Fucking rip that shit. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Back in you go. Right. That's sorted. Now to sit it out and wait for a reply to arrive about the Scarlet Star and the reward. If this was in, like, the modern day, you could easily plant, like, a camera there and be like, who the fuck is gonna open that fucking thing? And you could easily find out who it is. After I reach my... Well, it wouldn't even need to be modern. Just a point where video cameras are small enough and cheap enough that just a guy can own one and plant it and be like, time to fucking catch that motherfucker. After I reach my room, I slump onto the sofa and mull over the order sheet. Hotel Cape West closed down 13 years ago. There was a party before the closure, during which the time a murder took place. Staff at the hotel had a secret code, star, they used. What connection can this all have to the order sheet? 4 o'clock already. Suppose I better get going. Wouldn't want to keep Dylan waiting. Let's go. Dylan probably at... Yeah, I had to get a lot closer to the door in order to leave. Alright, so Dylan's up on the 4th floor. At least he should be. And I, hopefully, will be able to check it out. Yo, there he is. Dylan. Hello, Mr. Hyde. I've been waiting for you. Well, I'm here now. Let's get this show on the road. You're on your own, I'm afraid. I'm not going in. You'll have to go on your own. Thought we agreed you'd show me around in there. That's what you said earlier. No, I never said that. Maybe you weren't listening to me. I said that I'd let you in, not give you a guided tour. So you'll let me in? Yeah. Should I tell you how to get through the fire door? Got it. If you know how to get through the door without setting off the alarm, you'll never have to deal with Mrs. Patrice getting upset if you go in there. Music to my ears. First thing you need to do is disable the alarm. It's really simple. All you need to do is turn off the switches on the control panel. Sounds simple enough, and I've used the panel before. Fuck, I don't want to have to do that shit again. Right, nearly forgot about that. Let's move on to the next part. You'll need to disable another panel before you can get the door open. There's another one. There's a lever in the box to the right of the door. If this is turned off, you'll be able to open the door. Do you follow? Yeah, I think I got it. Also, please bear in mind that the knob on the reverse of the door is broken. Make sure you don't get stuck in there, because you won't be able to get back out. Great. There's a toolbox next to the door. If you look inside it, you'll see a door stop. Once you got the door open, I recommend using that to prevent it closing on you. That should be all you need to avoid getting trapped in there. I'll make a point of remembering it. Which is why later in the game, when I have to go back in there, I'm gonna go back to the door and it's gonna be fucking shut. Some bastard is gonna be like, oh, you're fucking locked in there now. I'm calling it right now. I'll be in the hallway, the floor below, making sure that nobody tries to come up here. Good plan. Then once 30 minutes have passed, I'll come and get you. I'll reset the lever you disabled afterwards and reactivate the alarm. One last thing. Try not to make any noise while you're in there. It just draws attention. Wouldn't want Mrs. Patrice to come looking for you. You got that right. Okay, I'll leave you to it. Dylan makes his way towards the stairs and disappears out of sight. First things first. Control panel. Switch for the alarm is on the on position. Better remember how to disable this before... Oh, fuck off. Okay, that should do it. No more annoying alarms sound. My ears should thank me. The game just does it. Good. Good. What's in this? Toolbox fixed to the wall. Wooden doorstop. Oh, there's a doorstop. Picked up the doorstop. Wrench looks pretty old. You've seen a lot of use in this place. Blackened set of pliers. Apparently don't need anything else. At least not now. Case on the wall with a glass cover. Inside the case is the fire bell and some kind of lever. Must be the other control panel Dylan was on about. Right, so Dylan said you just need to pull the lever inside the box. Let's see here. Interesting. Thing's got a few screws missing. There's a screw in this corner. Okay, how do I get the... I need a screwdriver or like a coin, maybe? Better switch the alarm off. What do I have on me? Got quarters. Using this here. Oh, you could use those to, like, take a screw off. Depending on the screw. Oh, I have a screwdriver. Ah, it makes way more sense. Must be the other control panel Dylan was on about. Right, so Dylan said you just need to pull the lever inside the box. Let's see here. You fucking dumbass. Damn it. Can't believe I dropped the cover. Huh? Mr. Hyde, what are you playing at? Did I ask you not to make any loud noises? Yeah, sorry about that. Wasn't paying attention to what I was doing. Mrs. Patrice comes up here to look around, we're gonna be in serious trouble. Yeah, yes, so keep on saying. Huh. Mrs. Patrice, what are you both doing here? Told you she'd hear us. Hey, quit making that racket. Frank, too. Hey, excuse me. How long do I have to put up with that terrible noise? Damn, now Betty? It's not gonna end well. Should have been more careful. Would someone explain to me what all this noise is about? Well, it's, Mr. Hyde? Me? This was your handiwork, was it? Just give it a rest. You're gunning on everyone's nerves. Mr. Hyde, did I make myself perfectly clear before? Seems you chose to snoop around, and despite my wishes. Well, get your things and leave at once. To be fair, Dylan did warn me that this could happen. How could I be so careless? One last thing, try not to... Yeah, how the fuck? How was I supposed to, like, hold the thing? Oh, shit.